My name is Edgar Kosgey. I go by my first name, which is Edgar. I graduated from Williams College in the year 2010 with a major in mathematics. Currently, I live in Reno. I've been in Reno since 2018. So yeah, you guys are in Reno. And again, welcome to Reno. I think I would just say I enjoy a lot of things here in Reno. There's plenty of activities that you can do outdoors. Reno is a very outdoor kind of environment, so I like to play soccer a lot. For the last 2 years since I came to Reno, I've joined a soccer league that I play on Sunday, and then also I occasionally do biking. So sometimes I bike in Reno, or I can travel 45 minutes away from here to Tahoe and do some biking. And that is what actually I enjoy outside work. Of course, there's some projects that I do at work, but that's for another day. Yes, so I worked at Panasonic for the last almost 3 years. So let me give you a little bit of a background. I started working in Missouri after I finished my master's at Missouri State. And then I joined a company called Eagle Picture Technologies, in which I was hired as a material scientist, and then later transitioned into a manufacturing engineer in the lithium-ion industry. So basically making lithium-ion cells. So I worked there for 3.5 years, and then after that, I decided I wanted to do something different. So I applied Panasonic, and Panasonic did accept me. So I've worked at Panasonic since 2018, or September of 2018, as a battery engineer. So it's very exciting for me. I said earlier I graduated from Williams College with a bachelor's degree in mathematics, but then later on I thought, okay, well, maybe I should transition into something different. So because before actually I came to the United States, my goal was to be an engineer. But then when I went to Williams College, it was a liberal arts school. Of course, we didn't have engineering programs. But at the back of my mind, I really still wanted to be an engineer. That's when I transitioned into doing a master's degree in material science. And that's how I found myself actually working for a battery manufacturing company, Panasonic.
What's a typical day like for you in the factory?
Yeah, so a typical day at the factory would be analyzing a lot of data. So we produce a lot of product. And the first goal that we have to do is make sure that the defect is low, right? Because if you have a defective product, that actually costs a lot to the company. So we want to analyze the data that we generate from the process and make sure that we identify the processes or the places whereby it creates those defects, so that we can reduce it and then come up with some initiatives to mitigate those defective issues that we see. I think at Williams, I really met a lot of great people, right? I was part of a cross-country team. I did track and field, and I met great friends. I met great students, and then also my coach was really helpful to shaping my future. Also, my teachers, the teachers that I took classes with, did really a great job at actually formulating and opening my mind to see what I needed to do going forward in what I want to do in the future.
Thank you. And are there any specific coaches or teachers that are still around that you connect with from time to time?
I think Coach Peach from cross country is one that stands out the most. I mean, I haven't been in touch with them for quite a bit, but I always see his email in my email. Occasionally we'll send out updates on what the team is doing, some of the meets that they've gone, what they've achieved. So I still get some information for what's happening with the team that I was participating. As I said, I enjoy playing soccer. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the things that I get to meet different people from different places here in Reno. with the biking, yes, I don't get to meet a lot of people because I either just bike with somebody from a friend from work, a group of friends from work. But yes, mostly when I do soccer, I tend to meet a lot of people.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm gonna add a question if you don't mind, and if you don't feel comfortable answering it, let me know. Are there any specific challenges, whether in the past year or in your path, that have influenced, shaped how you've engaged professionally or even in your life here moving to Reno?
Yes. I have to be honest with you here. So before even I went into the engineering field that I'm actually right now. So after I graduated from Williams College, it took me maybe 2 to 3 years before I could really stabilize myself. Went back to school and did my master's before I got hired into a company that does actually engineering. So essentially what I'm saying is, with my perseverance in having a goal set that I want to be this person in the next 5 years. So that's something that actually drove me. Is okay, I didn't, despite the challenges that came around after I graduated from Williams College, I still had a goal that I wanted to pursue, and that has actually driven me to be an engineer in Missouri, be an engineer at Sonic. Actually, the next month I will be transitioning into a different company in Palo Alto, California, so, which I'm really excited. So that just basically tells me, if I look back 5 years ago, I'm making some good progress, and it's because I have that drive to be what I want.
Oh, so the goal orientation has sort of helped you stay grounded, and
Correct. Yes.
that is so exciting to hear, because it's difficult for some people to stay grounded with goals, right? I mean, I myself, it took me 10 years to go back to get my master's, and I finally had to set that goal and say, okay, this, and it was a particular experience that led me to do that. But that's not usually the case. So congratulations.
Thank you.
For sticking through that. Along that path, have there been, I know it sounds like there was even before coming to Williams, you had that goal, but what has kept you inspired in pursuing it, right? What have been any influences that have kept you inspired? Because I'm sure there have been some lows in that journey.
Yeah. It's always you want to. So I came from Kenya, right? I have a family in Kenya. The people who look up to me, and they want to do good the way I did, so that is actually something that drives me forward, because I want to set an example to a kid back home that maybe they're going through some difficulties, issues with the family, and then the family is not maybe struggling financially, but they can still have that power in them, that fire in them. Okay, here's the thing, if Edgar did it, I could do it myself too. So it's having that inspiration, having that goal of being an example to somebody. So that is actually what drives me. I mean, just so I recently got married, right? So last year, of course, we all know it was really a terrible thing. COVID happening, but I'm happy that I met a beautiful woman that in November of last year proposed to her, and she said yes. And in the midst of that COVID and all that, we still ended up getting married. So I'm really happy. I'm happy with what brings me joy is having this small family that is happy. It keeps me going. And I'm really excited about it. I mean, I don't think I have a specific person. I think it's going to be a number of people. Because throughout my journey, right, not only here in the United States, even going back to when I was still a young student in high school in Kenya, there's so many people that actually happily, right? I'll share a very personal story. My mother passed away when I was junior high school. So that was a really very difficult time for me, being a young person. But the people within the community that were there for me, and they helped me go through that journey. I went through high school, did very well in high school. I got a scholarship to come to Williams College. And Williams College, of course, as I said earlier, very great people, great coaches, great teachers that did motivate me, helped me to go through college experience. And then after college, of course, got fortunate to finish my master's, and then I advanced in my career, got a job, good job, and I have people that we work together that inspire me every single day. So, long short story, there's a lot of people that I can really give a thank you, and that thank you note would just basically be a simple word. Thank you so much for the positive influence, for the help, for the directions that they've provided me to be where I am right now.
Your mother, whatever energy of this world she is, and must be really proud of you. And coming from a single parent household, my father passed away when I was 9. I completely understand and feel touched by what you mentioned around that other sort of path of people that come to your aid, whether it's in your hometown, in your home country, but even in places that you go through, Williams, that being one of them.
Yes.
It's a constant theme we've heard a lot throughout all these interviews. The people, it's sort of, it's cliche, but it is in a time like this that we're living through. It's been more important to know that people matter over anything else. I'm very, very grateful for your time today, Edgar. I do want to ask you if you have any sort of parting thoughts or words of advice to anyone hearing your story or watching this piece, especially when we think about young alumni or students who are, we were once in that place thinking about what we do next. Are there any words of wisdom you could share with us?
Absolutely. I think in life, there's so many challenges, right? But provided you work hard, you stick to your path, you have a goal, you have a drive to achieve that goal, I think it's achievable. There's always going to be ups and downs, for sure. That's going to happen. For some people, some people don't have that experience, but for those ones that get affected by that, they're going to be very difficult times, but it's stay on your course, think positive, be positive, have a goal set, and then go for somebody to give you an advice. How do you navigate through issues? How do you succeed? Have people that can be your role models and try to follow what they did. And I think that as a student, maybe a young student who's finishing college, they don't know what they're going to do after they graduate from college. It's just try to get help from somebody. Be it your teachers, your mentors, your coaches. And then that will give you a direction of what to do. And you have to help yourself as well. It's a two-way thing. You gotta have a drive to move yourself forward as well.